Hi. Hey guys. Here we are. Welcome to PodGis with Ava Val. Once more. This is take 2. I just started an episode and I got about 15 minutes in and I just stopped talking and almost had a breakdown. So we'll see how far we get in this one. I've started again. I've composed myself because here's the thing. The machine hungers. The machine, the ever churning content machine, hungers. And if I stop for even a moment, then I I will fall back into obscurity, and I will have not only that, but much worse. I will have let down all of my fans and everybody who ever believed in me and anybody who ever invested money into my content. I am letting you down because you are not getting what you fucking paid for. And that does not sit right with, as a frugal person, that does not sit right with me. Got my ponytail on. Let me tell you what's got me almost broken down. I am 9 days away from my FFS, from my facial feminization surgery. And I've been, as such, just so much more hyper aware of all the features on my face, as if I wasn't already. But with 9 days until my surgery on the 11th, it's you obviously you're primed to like think of your face and look at your face and look at all the pictures and scrutinize everything that you're getting done and everything that you opted out of because I wasn't willing to spend my whole life savings on it. Now I kind of regret it because I'm scrutinizing my face. And then while I was doing that, I joined in on a Seattle Voice Labs weekly public voice training session and immediately felt incredibly behind and self-conscious about my voice. And now I'm here. Essentially, like my plan was to do a podcast today, and here I am after a day of being incredibly hard on the way I look, and then confronting my fucking voice, and now here I am looking at myself and talking about myself. But we're gonna tough this out. We're gonna do it. I may just put this only on Patreon. Fuck, I don't know. I haven't even launched it yet because I keep putting off doing a launch video because I have an ambitious idea for it, and of course that would require time and effort. Whew. I'm like, can you feel it? Can you feel it? If I pursue any of these tangents, I'm gonna have a breakdown. So we are going to I'm gonna keep this brief, maybe. Maybe I will. How are you guys doing? Are you sitting comfortably? Then we'll begin. What song is that? Oh, it's so funny I bring that up. That song. The song is called It Doesn't Even Matter song, right? No. Not In the End by Linkin Park. Not In the End by Linkin Park. That's not what I'm. It doesn't even matter to me. No, not Linkin Park. Uh, there's a song. Bread? It was recorded in 1969, 1971. This might be it. No, that's not it. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter to me. What the fuck song is it? In the End, not In the End. I didn't even type those words in the search. Platinum Blonde? Doesn't really matter? Maybe it doesn't really matter. Doesn't. This is it! Platinum Blonde, doesn't really matter. Ask me questions. Oh, yeah. It's just for. It's just for show. Oh. It's such a fun song. Okay, if you don't know what I'm talking about, look up Platinum Blonde. Doesn't really matter. It's in the chorus he goes, "It doesn't really matter to me." But am I did I have that right? The are you sitting comfortably? Then we'll begin. No. Cause maybe that's like I downloaded it on Kazaa when I was young, and the song starts with some woman who goes, "Are you sitting comfortably? Then we'll begin." And then the song goes in. Are you? My back is holding up this fucking umbrella. Are you sitting comfortably? Then we'll begin. What's that? Each story on Listen with Mother. Okay, but the search brought up Platinum Blonde doesn't really matter.
Are you sitting comfortably? Then we'll begin.
There it is. Yeah, yeah, this song starts with that lady. I was right. It doesn't really matter. And I love the way he sings. Oh, oh. And there's like a seagullness to it. It's just for show. Oh. Why did people sing like that in the 70s and 60s? Oh. Everyone had like this seagull quality to them. Baby. Ma, baby. Oh, oh, oh. My baby, don't mess around. That was Hey Ya. Hey Ya, sung by a 1970s pop artist. My baby don't mess around. And then she loves me so, and if I know her, sure. this, this 70s singer, it doesn't really matter to me. Yeah, so Platinum Blonde. Are you sitting comfortably? Then we'll begin. So I said that because it always reminds me of doesn't really matter, which reminds me when I feel like qu'est-ce que fuck in the world and I'm over it and maybe I'm on the verge of a breakdown. I think I think of that song. It doesn't really matter. And it speaks to my nihilism. And that makes everything okay again. And that makes everything okay again. Fuck me. Yeah. It also reminds me, that song reminds me, one time my family was, we were all in the car driving somewhere. I think we were planning on getting dinner. And I have 4 siblings, so it was full car. And my mom, I think we were planning on stopping for dinner someplace. And my mom was like, what if we went to this place? What if we went to this? And my mom was pitching ideas. And here's the dynamic in my family. My mom, God bless her, will uh it's all a performance that this is a democratic decision and that everyone has a say. But in the end, it's all a performance. And my mom is basically going to pick the restaurant and she's going to dictate the decisions to that point. You know what I mean? As in like veto every single suggestion everybody makes and then she's going to make a suggestion off the top and then everyone else is going to pitch in and she's going to make a reason why we can't do those things and then at the end she's going to pretend like her original idea was someone else's. She tries to incept in someone else's ear and she's like, "Oh yeah, Eastside Mario's is a good idea. That was a great idea. Let's do Eastside Mario's." but I kind of want a burger. Can we do Burger King? No, I don't want anything greasy or heavy or anything like that. But East Side Mario's is that's heavy. No, but I just don't want a burger. And then this isn't me therapizing. This is me joking that I know. Who do you know in your life who is like who gives you the illusion of democracy, but in the end, it's an oligarchy? Could that possibly sound a lot like what America is turning into? An oligarchy? Oh, could be happening. It's wild that MAGA is fighting with Elon Musk and is fighting with Trump. It would be funny if the stakes weren't so high. It's a little less funny, but it's also not funny because, like, it's literally fucking flexing their money to influence politics. Not that that hasn't always been the case, but now it's just, we used to have the luxury of at least some kind of obscurity or some sort of like at least they pretended like it wasn't happening. Now it's just like, yeah, it is what it is. Elon's like, if you don't fucking do this for me, I'm gonna take away all your money. And everyone's like, no, don't take away our money. Do I know a thing about politics? Nope, not a single thing. I'm speaking out of turn. Look at this fucking umbrella. I want to die. Kind of want to die right now. Kind of want to die. Um, let's see what people are yelling about today. Oh, I could talk about my conversation with ChatGPT. Well, let's talk about a couple things here. I don't feel funny. Um, uh, Squid Games. Squid Games is back, and I haven't watched a single episode. I mean, I watched the first season, and it was fine until the scene with all the rich white guys like betting money on the finalists and whatever, and they were sitting in their fuck room or whatever with people who are human props and animals or whatever. They're sex worker people, sex slaves, and the acting from them was just so bad. But they were white guys, but the the English that they spoke was odd. Whether it was by their delivery or acting, or maybe it was just maybe it was this maybe it was because it was a script written by a Korean person who like maybe English wasn't their strongest language, and the actors like committed to this. Okay, let's find out. I wonder, because I can't be the only one who thought of this. Why did the rich? Because okay, if you don't know what I'm talking about, why did the rich guys in Squid Game talk like that? Season 1. Yeah, I think one of them was like a European guy trying to do a bad American accent. There's an actual reason Squid Game's VIPs are so terrible. Um, yeah, the VIPs in Squid Games were like the acting was just so fucking bad. Um, where they were like, huh, this is my best impression. Um, one of the contestants would die, and then it would cut to one of the VIPs, and you'd be like, "Ha ha, Gerald, wasn't that your top bet? Ha ha, Gerald has the worst eye for these such things." And that would be it. That would literally be it. I fucking nailed it. Watch back Squid Game, and the VIPs are all like that, and then Gerald would be like, "Oh, I can't believe it. My My bets, I put so much money on the bets. And it would just be not, it would just not fit. Oh, I am going back to America with no money anymore. And they're all white guys. You know, the dialogue, the acting is quite poor compared to the rest of the production. The VIPs were widely criticized on social media for their acting, and some of the actors took it personally, while others didn't. What I found interesting is that there's an actual explanation for why this came off so poorly, and why you may have seen this happen in other foreign language productions, where the English speaking actors aren't as good as the rest of the cast. Okay, so it's a phenomenon. It's different for every show, but non Korean performers often act with dialogue that is translated by a non native, sometimes even by Google Translate, so it can sound unnatural. Yeah, but why wouldn't, like, this is the thing. As an actor and as like an expert in your own language, wouldn't you like help the production? Wouldn't the director want to be open-minded to you being like, "Hey, so like this isn't how somebody from America would say something like this. This is how they would say it." And you would be like, "Okay, I trust you on that." Especially cuz it's Squid Games. What's the fucking budget for that shit, you know? We were all wearing very heavy plaster masks and sitting on couches that were at least 20 to 30 feet away from the closest VIP. We all had to yell our lines vaguely into the air, which added to the weird tonality of the delivery. Yeah, the VIPs weren't also given that much context or backstory for their characters. They were simply total. They were simply told to play total idiot dirtbag millionaires and run with that. Blah blah blah. Past that, other reasons are brought up. Korean editors didn't always know what the right take was to use. An example was given of a take when an actor said, "I'll give anyone some slack," instead of "I'll cut anyone some slack." And the wrong phrase was used in the final cut. Also, Korean dramas have sort of heightened over the top acting on purpose at baseline, and Western audiences may not recognize that as much in the Korean dialogue and performances. So it's like over the top, but it wasn't over the top. It was like bland and boring. Just uncanny. Yeah, and maybe it says here maybe the actors are like maybe there's less Western actors that exist in Korea, so you know the pool is not to like take anything away from these poor people. Anyways, Squid Games 2 I think is out. Is Squid Games 2 out? Is Squid Games 2 out? Boy, I feel like this episode fucking sucks. Yeah, it's now streaming. It's up. It's up. Boy, does Guy win again? Because, like, if he wins again, it's kind of like, YBWC, yeah, but who cares, you know? But here's the thing. This is what made me bring it up. Was I saw, I saw online there was a controversy. I saw online there was a controversy where, like, one of the actors is playing a trans woman who's competing to win money for her surgeries, which, fuck it. Hey, where's my Squid Game? Why can't I compete in a Squid Game to pay for my facial feminization surgery? You know what I'm saying? Uh, and this trans character is played, of course, by a cis guy, and it's that rehashing of that familiar conversation that's like, so many outraged trans people being like, why couldn't a trans person play this? And it's like, here's the thing. I mean, it's acting, first of all, which I know, like, I'm not being a fucking pick me here, but I think Bill Burr has said it best. He had a bit about, like, um, what's his face? Bryan Cranston playing a guy in a wheelchair, and is like, does Brian, like, does someone have to, like, break their back and be wheelchair bound to properly portray the human experience of, look, these are all human experiences and it's an actor's job to convey a human experience. So like just let them do it. And what the little bubbly feeling you get in your stomach when you're like, "Hmm, good. That character is played by a trans person. What the fuck is that even worth to you?" Like, this is such fabricated outrage. Like, are you gonna watch the thing? And would you have watched it if it was played by a trans person? And if so, then power to ya. But would that have helped you relate to the experience even more when a perfectly good actor could have like done it all the same? Like I don't I just I think that you should certainly audition trans people. Trans people should be in the room to audition if you know what's best for the role. But if you have auditioned trans people and looky here, there's just somebody who like nails it for you, then fucking it's your goddamn movie and do it. I don't, you know, especially when I think context is really important here. Uh, as in the fucking context of the fucking character being played, the backstory of the fucking character. This Squid Game character is like a new to transition trans woman. Now, as soon as we trans women announce that we're trans, do we instantly, a la Cinderella's godmother, bibbity boppity boo, do we turn into this beautiful princess with tiaras and fucking gowns? No, we don't. We are still our 6 foot plus, size 12 feet, fucking still possessing masculine traits. We are nonetheless, we qualify as women, but we still retain the experience that we had but a moment ago when we were assimilated into society as men. Our male upbringing and our male everything that informs the way we've navigated society as men are still, and the way we look and talk and our mannerisms and all that stuff would contribute to the way we look when we say, okay, I'm starting my transition. Like, it, what the fuck do they want? Do they want goddamn Laverne Cox in Squid Games playing a newly out trans woman? Is that what you want? Just so you can go in your tummy and be like, yeah, good, this is right. Like, what the fuck is that even worth? Who are we trying to appease? People who might not even watch the show who are going, good, that is right. That is the way it should be. What is that fucking worth? You know? Good, I'm glad they did that. And then you fucking scroll to your next TikTok. Our attention spans are so fucked that it's like, what is that worth to you? The feeling of like, is it played by a trans woman? Good. Moving on. That's fucking it. You know? Uh I'm really trivializing this. I really am. I recognize that. And when I think about like comedy and I think there certainly is. God knows I've heard so much fucking material about trans people from people who aren't trans. And yes, that is absolutely exhausting. Fuck me. That is so exhausting. It really is. And this is where I recognize my own hypocrisy in being like, man, people who have bits about trans people, I'm not going to stop them, but it's annoying and it's hacky and you're not going to get the same experience from a cis guy talking about the trans experience as you are from somebody like me. However, the art of stand-up comedy is a truthful art, and it is the person speaking from personal experience, whereas acting is playing someone that the actor is not typically, and it is playing a character informed by the writers, informed by a lot of fucking things. And as long as they convey a human experience, I don't know what I'm saying. I just think it's fucking stupid. I think we have so much more important stuff. Like, I think trans representation is absolutely important. Yes. So as I'm talking, I still see the flaws in my argument. I'm just tired. I'm tired of hearing the trans community whine about some relatively superficial shit like that when like our rights are basically being challenged. You know, oh, you're mad that a fucking Squid Games character, a newly out trans woman, is being played by a lumpy cis guy? Fucking get over it. You know, we we're getting there. Baby steps. I don't know. I This all makes me feel wrong and cold, and because in my mind I'm in entertainment and I'm like I would love to play those roles because I could play them honestly, but if let's be honest, with my limited acting experience, if I'm being given the role over some like Juilliard trained fucking cis dude who knows how to deliver a line and how to cry on command and shit, if they pick me over him, that shit's gonna bomb. And the trans community is gonna sit there and go, good, good. One of us is there, and no one else is gonna give a flying fuck. So this is, let me add this: if this cis guy and this role does anything to move the needle forward in terms of humanizing the trans experience, then to me, it's good. It's fine. It's fine. You know, and that also makes me think like, be careful what you wish for, because if you keep asking like only trans people should be allowed to play trans roles, then that logic could also universally apply to like, well, now trans people can't play any roles that aren't trans because that's not their experience. Double standard. I don't know what I'm arguing here. I want the world to burn right now. I'm just feeling combative and edgy. Like I can hear the rebuttals in my mind to everything that I'm saying. And they're all valid. Absolutely they are. I think I'm just tired. I think I'm just tired of like when I being in entertainment, when I look at all the things that we have a right to complain about, priority wise, this is like who cares? It's acting, you know? It's fucking acting. Good lord. And like Dallas Buyers Club, that was a good movie. And what's his face? What's his guy? What's his guy's name? What's his guy's name? Jared Leto. Jared Leto playing the trans woman with AIDS. I thought he did great. And I connected with the character and I thought it was a good portrayal of the character. Fucking shoot me, trans community. I don't give a fuck. I want to have a human experience. So I don't care who fucking delivers it. You know what I mean? The same way that when like Ariel the Little Mermaid gets announced as a black woman, I'm like, "Great. I don't care who plays the thing. Just make it good." You know? Like doesn't that feel like a fucking double standard? If you're like trans people should be played by a trans person and also Gambit isn't allowed to be black. Doctor Who can't be black because canonically he's not black. So like, you know who you sound a lot like? You know who you sound a lot like? You know who you sound a lot like? Hate to make this joke, but that shit's gonna get me canceled, dog. I'm gonna get fucking canceled. No, I see both sides. I do. Yeah. I'm probably wrong. I know I can almost hear my friend Michael shooting me a message that's like, here's why you're full of shit and this is really problematic. My friend Michael is more of a supporter of the trans community than I am. It's like that tweet that was famous that like went viral. It's like one of the legendary tweets that's like, I don't I don't support all women. Some of you bitches are stupid. From a woman, to be fair. So that's how I feel about the trans community. And I think that's the right perspective is I don't support the whole trans community because some of you are fucking idiots. I do. Okay, I do. Don't clip that out of context. I do support the trans community. I do. I do support us a um as a as a human rights group, as a group that deserves human rights. I support us as an idea, as an identity, as a community. But individually, some of you need to grow up, wear some adult panties. While you're changing your underwear, why don't you buy adult sized panties? And welcome to the adult world. Um, and don't be outraged about certain things. Fuck me, I get outraged about stupid things, and I dwell on stupid things, and I dwell on things that are important to me, not stupid things. I'll take that back. They're not stupid if they mean something to the person, but also some things are fucking stupid. Oh, I'm really not getting anywhere. I just think in this case, this is what I think. In this case, like, oh, this is another thing. It's Korea, okay? And they're not all about trans rights over there. So where are you they have trouble finding fucking English speaking actors who can talk without sounding like a fucking alien. They can't even find actors who can speak English in a human way. Do you think that they're just in abundance of early transition trans women? What do you think? You know what I mean? Think about it. And all things considered, like trans sentiments in South Korea, as far as I know, as far as I've read, are abysmal. So if you're getting any representation, just like let's just take a W. Let's just can the trans community like accept the occasional W? You know, we're working, we're progressing. Progress is not a sprint; it's a marathon. And let's just be grateful that we have put another foot forward. Okay? That's all. And once again, show me a trans woman who came out yesterday as trans and isn't still. Show me a trans woman who like came out as trans yesterday and is a fucking pageant queen. It doesn't exist. Okay? It's a real fucking experience. And you need somebody to that can sell it physically and look like it. So, just saying the pool, I'm sure, was very shallow. And if they auditioned cis straight guys to play this role in abundance, then that means that whoever got picked is probably going to be half decent. I would assume. Anywho, um, speaking of Squid Games, I watched an episode of Mr. Beast, his Amazon Prime show, where it's the grand prize is $5 million. It's like I felt uncomfortable watching this. It is Squid Games essentially, but it's 1,000 contestants. It starts with 1,000 contestants, and over the course of this season, it'll narrow down to one winner who's going to win the 5 million. Can you imagine coming in second? Oof. um, And the first episode, they knocked it down to half. They eliminated half of them with like these sweeping games. One of them where somebody had to sacrifice one of the games. Fuck, where do I begin? One of the games was these 1,000 people were all organized in rows of however many, 100 by 10 or something. I don't know. And one of the games was someone in your row had to sacrifice themselves and get kicked out of the game in order to let the rest of the row move on. And last 3 rows that failed to have someone bite the bullet all get eliminated too. So there's like a pressure, there's time pressure. And it was really interesting seeing these altruists basically break down and do it and then cry and be like, I just want someone to win. It's like I can't relate to that. You've that role, like you don't know any of these people. And you look around. This is the feeling that I get watching a show like this. Is it's so it makes me feel gross. It's gross. Does it make anyone is it supposed to make me feel gross? Is it supposed to make all of us feel gross? Like it's gratuitous and it's like anything that is that passionately, intensely about money and dangling it in front of like all these people doing interviews where they're like, "Oh, my dad is dying and I could really use this or whatever." And you're like and these people would like fucking kill each other for $5 million, and then you're mixing in some young guy who's like, I don't give a fuck about nothing, man. I want to fucking water ski. And doesn't it all just make you feel gross? Like it's not human. This is I don't want to just sigh and go, ugh, capitalism. But like the whole experience is like this uncomfortable, like dance piggies, fight piggies for the money in the middle, for the trough. Betray each other, sabotage each other, debase yourselves for the money, sweet, sweet money. Oh, you want the money? Fucking humiliate yourself, sacrifice yourself, dance, dance for this money. Yeah, I don't know. That show is not for me. Is that what all of Mr. Beast things are? It's it's this wild dystopic. Is my nail coming off? Am I like peeling it off? Jesus. I get this dystopic feeling watching that shit that's like this is this is like a frivolous display of westernized wealth for our mutual entertainment, people dancing for insane amounts of wealth that could could be spent responsibly. I watch that and I'm like, there are children starving in Africa. Meanwhile, Mr. Beast is probably the most uncharismatic host icon of all time. He has these dead eyes. Dead fucking eyes. I am peeling off my nail. My nail bed is in such rough shape, and I'm about to like peel it right the fuck off. Jesus. Oh, that's gonna bleed. Oh no, what have I done? Well now it's just kind of hanging on. Uh, it's fine. There we go. Yep, but I just Peeled a chunk out of my nail. Ay, ay, ay. What's that gonna look like in 2 weeks? When it grows out. My nails are so fucked. They split and they crack and then they grow out and they fucking splinter at the edges early. So I have to clip them early. So they're like, my nails are just ugly, ugly, disgusting. I could never be a hand model. There goes my hand modeling career. But that Mr. Beast show just makes me feel weird. People dancing for crazy amounts of money. Everyone's wearing a number. It's like dehumanizing. Piggies dancing and fighting for cash. And like, I know that's what game shows essentially are, people competing for prizes. But at least there's some humanity to it, I guess. And maybe the humanity comes in the later episodes where it gives you reason to like cheer people on. I should hope that the show kind of turns into that later because I mean there's only so much story you can weave for 1,000 people or 500 people or how like maybe you can start getting to know people at the 12-person mark. Maybe then you can start like looking into people's backstories, but like everyone's wearing a number and you see like one of the women who sacrificed herself, the way they edited it, there's like that low like that's that stressful siren-y thing, that crescendo in the background, that it's fucking the stress is stressing you out. And they keep cutting back to this lady who's like they're doing these flash cuts to everybody like yelling and shaking their heads like I'm not doing it. Fuck you, I'm not doing it. And everyone just turns into like like I said, the humanity leaves all these people and they turn into these screeching, angry fucking animals. And then they keep cutting back to this lady who's like hyperventilating, looking around like this. Her head's fucking flipping back and forth. She's like way overwhelmed. And then she hits the self-sacrifice button and starts crying. She's like, I just want somebody to, I just want somebody to, somebody else deserves it and somebody else wins. And it's like, that was the most human person of the bunch. But also, you were kind of a fool. Why did you sign up for that? Why would you protect? You look at all these people screaming and like, ah, fucking foaming at the mouth. You're like, why do you feel any kind of sentimentality or responsibility for these people who so quickly lose their humanity when like a buck is on the line? I guess that just speaks to all of us human beings. We're all ruled by almighty dollar. I'm about to fucking change my face with the almighty dollar. That's in 9 days. My finger is bleeding. Yes, it's true. I have caused it to bleed. I watched the first half of the Sonic movie and it is so good. It's so good. I should finish it tonight, but I have so much to do. Um Sonic movie. Yeah. Yay. It's so good. And it made me think, this is the thing, is my whole argument about the Squid Games trans person who should be played by a trans person, blah blah blah. Like, you know, I whenever a trailer whenever a trailer I just can't move my fucking back. Whenever a trailer comes out for a movie or a show and everyone's like, "Oh, I hate the look of this fucking looks so stupid." Or like they announce who gets cast in a thing and people are like, "Oh, I'm not watching that. Why'd they pick this guy? It's fucking stupid." And I always look at that and I'm like, you know two things about this movie. Like, and you've already made up your mind. Wh- what a silly level of faith and critical thought and and self-reflection on the way you consume things. You know what I mean? What a silly lesson in not learning, don't judge a book by its cover. And I always use Heath Ledger as an example. When I first heard that Heath Ledger was Joker, I was like, huh, just like everybody else. We all went, huh, that's weird. But he was the best of all times best acting ever. I think Heath Ledger's Joker is the fucking coolest. The coolest acting. I don't care how real you play it. You're never going to be better than Heath Ledger. Just, you know, he's so fucking good. That movie is so good and he's so good. He's so terrifying and unpredictable and crazy and weird and oh, so good. Um but and so I hear these things always and I'm like I just hate the noise. I think it's so stupid. Would everybody please just shut the fuck up and wait for the fucking thing to come out before you cast judgment. And I know it's content. It's fucking things we talk about and chew on and someone's got to have a very polarized opinion about something in order to get views and to start conversations and everything is just always so like extreme opinions about stuff. So I get that that's how it works. But it's always stupid in my opinion. However, in this one particular case, when they showed Sonic that one time and he was ugly as shit and he looked like a fucking Play-Doh. It looked like they CGI'd a stop motion Play-Doh figurine of Sonic and somebody with who hair dyed their pubes blue and then shaved them and they collected those pubes and then sprinkled them on this um claymated Sonic and then rendered it in CGI mode. That is what Sonic originally looked like. And when they shared pictures or whatever, screenshots, and everyone went ape shit and they were like, what the fuck is wrong with Sonic? Why is his body so wobbly and long? Why is why is his skin so cheap and leathery? Like, okay, let's take a look at early Sonic. Sonic movie, Sonic original design. Oh god. Yeah, he's so ugly. And the new Sonic, they just made him so cute. The eyes. It's all in the eyes. Look at how big his eyes are. Look at how big his ears are. They made him more of an animal and less of this fucking. You know what early Sonic looks like? If you've seen the movie Jumanji, early Sonic looks like the kid when he half turns into the monkey. You know what I'm talking about with Robin Williams? The way back Jumanji with Robin Williams. I'm looking at the fucking Sonic and let's okay. Kid Jumanji monkey. Yes. Surely I can't be that. Oh yeah, see? Oh, there it is. I am certainly not the first person to make this comparison. Shit. Shit, I wasn't the first one to get there. Missed by years. Yep. Look at all these side by side comparisons of the monkey kid with Sonic. Yeah. So many people beat me to it. But yeah, originally Sonic looked like the monkey kid from Jumanji. And this new Sonic, like these side by sides, my heart is melting looking at the new Sonic. He is so cute. With his little pipe nose. Boop. Oh, he looks so much cuter. I don't know why. I think they were trying to go like realistic, but it's uncanny. It's halfway there. You know who should have played Sonic as a real hedgehog, by the way? I am so pissed that Ben Schwartz is playing Sonic and they couldn't cast an actual hedgehog? Get out of here. I'm so mad about that. Won't someone think of the hedgehog community? I I'm halfway through this Sonic movie and I don't know if Ben really understands what it's like to be a blue hedgehog who can run the speed of light. I don't think he understands. Is he a hedgehog? No. Then what right does he have to convey Sonic the Hedgehog? Okay, you get the bit. I am going to shit and piss and protest on the steps of the White House about this. Look at these side by sides. Oh my god. Old Sonic, there's like a full body shot here. And and the original Sonic looks like my nephew in onesie pajamas. Old Sonic looks like he has the face of Jumanji Kid and the body of the kid who wears the kid from Where the Wild Things Are, where he wears like the onesie pajamas with the fur on it. This is just Where the Wild Things Are. Has anybody made that comparison? Sonic original design Where the Wild Things Are kid. Did anyone make that comparison? No? Am I the only one? I'm the only one. Oh, I can't wait to finish the movie. I kind of want to finish it tonight. He's so cute. Look at that design. So I can't wait. Anyways, despite myself, I almost started crying at the one part in the first movie where he like realizes how alone he is. Oh, and then I was telling my roommate Steven about this today, and my eyes started watering again. And my eyes started watering again, and I started crying again a little bit. And I'm not embarrassed to cry in front of Steven anymore. Not so much. I still was a little bit. Yeah, I still was a little bit. But like, oh, that was so cute and sad. My point is, if a blue CGI hedgehog can convey the experience of loneliness, then fucking some guy in South Korea is perfectly capable. It's not outside the realm of imagination that a cis person can convey a human experience of being trans. Okay? That's all I wanted to say. I'm bleeding a little bit. I think it's still nail bed. Is it still nail or is it finger yet? Oh, I think it's finger. Yeah, that's finger. Oh. God, is this how like a zombie is this how the zombie movie starts? Where I don't know what's happening to me, and I fucking peel the nail off my thumb, and then my niece and nephew are like, "Ew, Aunt Ava, what's wrong with you?" And I'm like, "It's fine. I'm just a little sick. That's all. I'm just a little sick. Oh, that's not supposed to happen. It's fine. It'll grow back." Children, you smell so nice. Why don't you come a little closer? So hungry. That's how it starts. All right, well, this episode has been mediocre, and I'm gonna go have a breakdown. Actually, what I'm gonna do is just for my Patreoners, I'm going to post my I'm gonna post my John Candy Award speech, and then I'm gonna post me reacting to it or talking about it. Oh, and it's gonna be rough. And I'm not looking forward to watching this, but But a promise is a promise, and I have this content, and I won this fucking award, and I might as well. There's a part of me that feels like I don't want anybody to ever see this, but I need to prove that it happened. I can't just tell people I won this award and then show people the bobblehead that says John Candy Award and expect them. It just says John Candy Award on it. Candy Award. It just says Candy Award, and it's John Candy. Like I could have went. I could have went and did this at a store. I don't know how to. If you know anything about me, you know that I'm not capable of something like that. But to some people, I could be lying. So I need to prove, and nobody's calling me out for this. I think everybody believes me that I got this. And if you don't believe me, then you're probably not like a fan. You're not like supporting me or whatever. So, uh, oh, I just want to take my hand and rip out my throat and throw it against the wall and have it go and slide down into a garbage can. Like that clip from The Simpsons where the girl like rips out Bart's heart and kicks it against the wall and it goes pa, and then and into the garbage. That's what I want to do with my larynx. That's what I want. That's what I want to do with my larynx. That's so what I want to do with my larynx. That's so what I want to do with my larynx. And um, uh, you know, kind of sounding better when I do this, but also I get so fucking lightheaded and I want to die. Ow. I'm going to go. I'm going to go. What the hell is even that? I can't sustain. I can't do it. Um this has been an episode. This has been an episode of opinions. This isn't the first one I'll recommend to people. Guys, forgive me. I'm 9 days until my facial surgery, and maybe I should have given you some reflections about it. I think part of me was like anticipating that I would use uh Patreon to do that, to like talk about my before and after and all, and just like do exclusive uh musings, reflections on my FFS. But I have a show next Wednesday. I'm gonna do material about it there. I just I think I have so much work I need to do, and tonight I lack the focus and the mood, but I'm trying. This was an episode. This was an episode. Okay. Thanks. It'll get better. I'll see you on the next one. Sorry about this one. Sorry. Sorry. Bye.